Good day guys, our topic is managing service and manufacturing operations. Lahat naman sa atin dito is alam na yung organization yung nagre-create ng products such as goods, services, or ideas para sa ating mga customers. And although napakaraming organization yung nagpo-produce ng different products, meron at meron silang mga similarities and differences when it comes on how they transform or create resources into products or final output na kinokonsume nating mga customers. Dito sa The Nature of Operations, Operation Management, OM, the development and administration of the activities involved in transforming resources into goods and services. So, OM, dito pumapasok yung processes ng mga activities na involved sa pagtatransform ng mga resources into products sa loob ng organization. Operation managers oversee the transformation process and the planning and designing of operation system, managing logistics, quality, and productivity. Si operation managers po kasi, siya yung nagsusupervise when it comes on planning and designing sa loob ng management. Planning and designing naman, dito umiikot kung paano minamanage yung transformation process ng mga resources into finished goods and to ensure na mamimit ni customer yung ina-expect niyang quality ng product. Quality and productivity have become fundamental aspect of operation management. Kaya tinawag siyang fundamental aspect, or in other words, most important part ng OM, kasi if ever na si company hindi ma-meet yung gustong quality of products ni customer, di siya magtatagal sa business. Sino ba naman kasing customer yung gugustuhin bumili ng products na di makakapagpa-satisfy sa kanila, 'di ba? Next, OM is the core of most organization. Kasi po si OM, siya yung responsible sa paggawa ng goods and services ng mga organization, kaya tinawag siyang core. And addition, hindi lahat ng organization tangible products lang yung ino-offer. Some organization offer both tangible and intangible products. Katulad na lang sa example dito na General Motors na business. For sure, dito sa business na to, ang ibinebenta dito pwedeng mismong motor, parts or tools for the motor, etc. Siyempre, di naman lahat ng customer is may knowledge when it comes sa pag-aayos or pagkakabit ng parts ng motor. So, itong si General Motors is nag-o-offer din siya ng services para makomplete yung ina-acquire na product ni customer. And historically, operation management has been called production or manufacturing primarily because of the view that it was limited to the manufacture of physical goods. So, dati, production and manufacturing ang tawag sa operation management since more on tangible products lang yung na-generate nila. And also, yung OM, dati is mas focus sa mga methods and techniques na kinakailangan ng isang factory para makapag-operate efficiently. Today, OM includes a wide range of organizational activities and situation outside of manufacturing. Ayon, kung i-compare natin yung operation management today and historically, si OM hindi na lang sa manufacturing umiikot. 'Di ba pagka sinabing manufacturing company, si company bumibili ng mga raw materials para i-convert siya into finished goods bago ibenta kay customer. And dahil wala kang permanente sa mundo, lahat nagbabago, just like the operation management, dahil na rin sa reasons na may malaking changes na kailangang i-address si OM. Katulad na lang ng pag-i-include ng mga organizational activities and situation outside the manufacturing. Hindi na lang physical goods ang gine-generate ni OM. Meron na ring services such as healthcare, food service, banking, entertainment, education, transportation, and charity. Pati yung katulad kanina dun sa example sa General Motor na nag-o-offer rin sila ng services. Manufacturing. The activities and processes used in making tangible products, also called production. Production, the activities and processes used in making tangible products, also called manufacturing. Si manufacturing and production, iisa lang po siya since more on physical goods nga ang minamanufacture before. Operation, the activities and processes used in making both tangible and intangible products. So, yung operation naman po, ito yung broader term na ginagamit ngayon sa processes ng paggawa for both tangible and intangible products. So, dito naman po, the transformation process. At the heart of operation management is the transformation process through which inputs are converted into outputs. Inputs and outputs. Yung inputs po, ito yung mga resources such as labor, money, materials, and energy na gagamitin para makapag-convert ng outputs. Outputs, on the other hand, ito yung goods, services, or ideas na result ng conversion of inputs. So, kaya yung dito sa at the heart of operation management is the transformation process through which inputs are converted into outputs. Kaya naman siya tinawag na heart of OM kasi dito umiikot kung paano pinagsasama-sama yung mga inputs in predetermined ways or standard ways gamit yung transformation process, procedures, equipment, technology, knowledge and facilities para makapag-create ng outputs. Dito sa figure na to, makikita natin yung transformation process. Para kanino nga ba gumagawa ng product si business? Para sa mga customer, 'di ba? So, para makapag-produce ng isang product, dapat meron kang inputs. Katulad dito sa figure na to, yung mga inputs dito, land, labor, capital, raw materials, time, information, energy. Ito yung mga gagamitin para makabuo ka ng product. And also, napaka-importante ng inputs para makapag-produce ng produkto. Kasi pag kasi company walang inputs, di siya makakapag-transform or convert ng outputs, 'di ba? Sa transformation or conversion naman, ito naman yung process ng pagbuo ng outputs. Nandito nakapaloob yung mga knowledge sa pagbuo ng products, procedures na sinusunod sa loob ng workplace, gamit yung mga equipments and technology na magko-convert ng inputs into outputs. And to make sure na nasusunod yung process sa paggawa ng outputs and makapag-produce ng quality products efficiently, si operation managers po, kinokontrol niya yung process by taking measurements. Ito yung feedback. Dito, kino-confer niya yung nagawang outputs before sa present outputs nila. If ever na may makitang difference or mali sa actual and desired outputs, si operation manager is magte-take siya ng corrective action para magkaroon ng adjustment and ma-produce yung desired product na makakapagpa-satisfy kay customer. Transformation may take place through one or more processes. Dito sa figure na to, merong business dito yung sa oak furniture. Bago ma-produce yung pinaka-final product na to, ang daming madadaanan na process ni inputs bago siya maging actual product. Dito nakalagay kung ano-ano yung mga steps or process na dinaanan ni inputs. First, furniture maker must strip the oak trees of their bark and saw them into appropriate sizes. Second, the firm dries the strips oak lumber. Third, the dry woods is routed into its appropriate shape and made smooth. Fourth, workers assembled and treat the wood pieces, then stain or varnish the piece of assembled furniture. Then, yung pinakalas, the completed piece of furniture is stored until it can be shipped to customer at the appropriate time. Operation management in service businesses. Different types of transformation processes take place in organization that provides, such as airlines, college, and most non-profit organization. So, dito sa service business na tong airlines, ang mga inputs na kailangan dito is employees, time, money, tsaka equipment para makapag-process for bookings, sa paglipad ng eroplano, maintaining equipment, tsaka training crews para maihatid si passenger or yung mga packages sa kanilang destination. In non-profit organization naman, like sa example dito na Habitat for Humanity, ang main goal nito is mag-provide ng shelter sa mga needy families. So, ano-ano yung mga kailangan and dapat gawin para ma-meet yung goal? So, sa input, kailangan syempre dito ng money, materials, information, syempre volunteer, time, labor para makagawa ng bahay. And sa transformation process naman, ang mga kailangan dito is fundraising, promoting the cause para maka-gain ka pa ng mga bagong volunteers, tsaka donation supplies, pouring concrete, raising walls, and setting roofs para ma-meet mo yung goal mo na makabuo ng bahay. So, yung bahay yung pinaka-output dito. Transformation processes occur in all organizations regardless of what they produce or their objectives. So, lahat ng organization, kahit ano man yung i-produce nilang product, dadaan yun sa transformation process. So, ito, addition lang, most of organization, yung pinaka-objective nila sa pag-produce ng output is kumita more than the cost of the inputs. Next, unlike tangible goods, services are effectively actions or performance that must be directed toward the consumers who use them. There is a significant customer contact component to most services. Yung customer contact naman po is significant kasi si customer is nag-expect na kung ano yung binayaran niya, dapat ganun yung magiging value ng service or experience na marireceive niya. Example dito yung Kim's Arms Tavern business na may high contact service. Pag sinabing high contact service is nag-offer tayo kay customer ng lot of handling and direct support. Dito si food server is ina-expect na mabibigyan niya ng magandang experience si diner. Hindi enough yung mabigyan lang niya ng service si customer. Dapat kung ano yung binayaran niya na product is mamimit niya since high contact service nga ito. So, yung mga staff dito sa Kim's Arms Tavern, hindi lang dapat courteous. Dapat mabigyan rin nila ng authentic experience si customer. Kaya yung mga staff dito, tinetrain sila. Regardless of the level of customer contact, service business strive to provide a standardized process and technology offers an interface that creates an automatic and structured response. The ideal service provider will be high-tech and high-touch. Sabi dito, to provide an ideal service to the customer service, organization must build operations around good execution, which comes from hiring and training excellent employees, developing flexible system, customizing services, and maintaining adjustable capacity to deal with fluctuating demand. Another challenge related to the service operations is that the output is generally intangible and even perishable. Few services can be saved, stored, resold, or returned. So, yung ibang services, perishable siya. Pag sinabi kasing service perishability, ito yung mga services na hindi na natin pwedeng i-store for the sale in the future. And dahil nga perishable yung service, nagkakaroon ng difficulty si service provider when it comes sa pag-estimate ng demand para ma-match yung right supply of service. Tapos dito sa table 8, may 5 klase dito ng service characteristic. Intangibility, inseparability of production and consumption, perishability, customization, and customer contact. So, dito sa una, intangibility. Ito yung mga services na hindi mo mahawakan. Bago mo ma-experience yung service, dapat mo muna tong bayaran. And then, si customer, doon pa lang malalaman kung masasatisfied ba siya sa service na binayaran niya. Katulad na lang dito sa example ng pag-attend ng concert or sports. 'Di ba hindi mo naman agad-agad masasabi na masasatisfied ka sa binayaran mo? So, paano na lang sa pinapanood mong sport? What if talo yung team na sinusubaybayan mo? 'Di ba mapapaisip ka na sayang lang pala yung binayaran kong ticket. Tas dito sa pangalawa, inseparability of production and consumption. Ito yung mga services na generate and kino-consume within the same time frame. Example dito is yung pagpunta sa chiropractor. Syempre, si chiropractor, di niya pwedeng gawin yung work niya nang walang pasyente. Tas ito, pangatlo, perishability. Katulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, hindi pwedeng i-store yung service for future sale. Itong pang-apat, customization. Itong service naman na to, dapat si service provider and customer is may interaction para magawa nila ng maayos yung desired output or desired product. Dito yung panlima, customer contact. Ito naman, si service provider dapat may direct contact siya kay customer para i-assist sa pag-acquire ng product. So, yun lang. Ito, sunod. Businesses that manufacture tangible goods and those that provide services or ideas are similar yet different. Though manufacturers and service providers often perform similar activities, they also differ in several aspects. We can classify this different in 5 basic ways. So, ayun nga. When it comes to business, meron silang mga similarities and differences. Yung katulad na lang sa manufacture and services. Dito, dapat same silang gumagawa ng design and operating decision for the product na binebenta nila. And also, yung product sa manufacturing, dapat converted na siya into goods bago siya ibenta. While sa services naman, dapat mabili or mabayaran muna yung service bago siya i-perform ni service provider. So, dito may binigay na 5 differences sa manufacturers and service providers. Una, nature and consumption of output. First, manufacturers and service providers differ in the nature and consumption of their output. Yung nature ng manufacturers is yung paggawa ng mga tangible products, while si service provider naman, nature niya yung mag-produce ng mga intangible products. And also, isa rin sa nature ni service provider is required siya na may high degree of customer contact. When it comes to consumption naman, sa manufacturing, pwede siyang mag-occur kahit malayo si customer. Unlike sa services, yung actual performance of service is mai-apply lang during consumption. And sabi dito, napaka-importante ng customer contact kasi si service contact employee, siya yung kadalasang nagko-control sa quality of the service na mai-experience ni customer. Pangalawa, uniformity of inputs. A second classified differences between manufacturers and service providers has to do with the uniformity of inputs. Dito naman is sa uniformity of inputs, may fixed amount or same resources na nagagamitin pagka kay manufacturer sa pagproduce ng goods. While si service provider naman, nakadepende sa type ng service na gusto ni customer yung mako-consume niyang inputs kasi more on customized ang services, 'di ba? Tapos, pangatlo, uniformity of outputs. Manufacturers and service providers also differs in the uniformity of their output, the final product. Sabi dito, service tends to be performed differently while manufacturing tends to be more effective and efficient. Sa service, same output yung iproproduce pero pina-perform siya in different ways. And dahil to sa human and technological elements na connected doon sa service. Sa manufacturing naman, when it comes to sa pagproproduce ng output, kailangan ng high degree of automation para masabi na effective and efficient yung operations sa pag-generate ng quality product. Labor required. A 4 point of difference is the amount of labor required to produce an output. So, dito sa labor required, si service provider, generally more on labor intensive. Kasi 'di ba sa service, nandito yung customer contact and perishable output na kailangang ma-consume agad-agad. So, sa service, yung quality ng product is naka-base sa performance ng workers. Kung si service provider is more on labor intensive, si manufacturing naman is more on capital intensive. Kaya siya naging capital intensive is para yun sa mga machinery and technology na gagamitin sa pag-generate ng similar product. Measurement of productivity. The final distinction between service providers and manufacturers involve the measurement of productivity for each output produced. Pagka sa measurement of productivity ang usapan. Sa mga manufacturers, mas madaling ma-measure yung output nila since tangible goods to and may high degree of uniformity yung products nila. Sa service provider naman, difficult yung pagme-measure dito ng productivity nila dahil sa variation ng demand, variation ng service requirements, tsaka sa intangibility ng products.
Planning and designing operation system. A company needs to determine the location, consumers, and what process they use in order to make a product. This decision compromises operations planning. Yung planning, ayun yung magpo-forecast sa future event ng business. Siya yung basic pero crucial kasi sa planning, ginagawa yung goal ng isang company. So, dito nakasalalay kung ma-achieve ba yung desired goal, and kapag pumalpak, the business will be affected. Today's successful companies involve all departments within an organization, particularly marketing and research and development. Sa marketing kasi, involve yung mga customer, like from the word itself, market. Ima-market or i-advertise yung product para makakuha ng customer. Doon naman sa research and development, involved din siya kasi dito pumapasok yung pag-i-introduce ng product, innovation, and it designed to gather new knowledge. Sometimes, yung knowledge na na-gather ay pwedeng mag-lead sa new product and process. A company must determine what consumers want and then proceed to design a product to satisfy the consumers. It is an ongoing process of identifying and articulating market requirements that will define a product. Planning the product, dito magde-decide yung enterprise kung ano ba yung particular product na ipoproduce and i-distribute nila sa market. It serves as the basis for decision-making about the price, distribution, and promotion of a product. Designing the operations process. It is a process of imagining, creating, iterating the design to make a new product to be sold by a business to its customers. Ito din yung guide na ginagamit ng mga firms para makita yung execution ng product na ginagawa nila. Typically, products are designed to be manufactured by one of three processes: standardization, modular design, or customization. Standardization is making identical interchangeable components or even complete products. Dito, meron siyang pagkakakilanlan. Example, yung sa Coca-Cola. Lahat ng binabagsak sa market ay isa yung appearance para hindi malito ang mga mamimili. Standardization provides consistency, so yung mga customers na need yung certain product na napapunction uniformly all the time will get a product that meets their expectations. Example din yung television sets. Modular design. The creation of an item in self-contained units or modules that can be combined or interchanged to create different products. Dito sa modular design, may pinaka-main product na pwedeng i-subdivide into smaller parts called modules. Pwedeng i-combine or kaya naman palitan para makakreate ulit ng panibago at mas magandang product. Example, yung sa car. Pwedeng mag-add or mag-remove ng certain parts without altering the rest of the car but to make it better. Customization. Making products to meet a particular customer's needs or wants. Sa customization naman, required yung opinion ng customers dahil yung preferences nila yung masusunod dito. Related yung tatlong process sa isa't isa kasi sa modular design, need niya yung mass production and standardization. Modular design is impossible to do without the level of standardization. Dito na papasok yung customization. Kasi nga, di ba sa modular design, pwedeng mag-remove or maglagay ng some parts ng mismong product. So, yung idea na yun ay customization. Example, yung pag-renovate ng house. Yung house mismo yung standardization. Tapos yung pag-add and remove ng some parts sa house ay yung modular design and nagiging customization siya kasi idea and preferences ng customer yung nandun. Planning the operational process for the organization involves two important areas. Planning capacity is the process of determining the production capacity needed by an organization to meet changing demands for its product. Planning capacity, ito yung process which organization can see the amount of work that they are capable of completing in a given period. Planning facilities. Once a company knows what process it will use to create its product, it then can design and build an appropriate facility. Sa planning facilities involve yung facility location. Where to locate a firm's facilities is a significant question because once the decision has been made and implemented, the firm must live with it. Facility layout. Facility layout considers available space, final product, safety of users, and facility and convenience of operations. An effective facility layout ensures that there is a smooth and steady flow of production material, equipment, and manpower at minimum cost. There are three basic layouts: fixed position, process, and product. Fixed position layout brings all resources required to create the product to a central location. Sa fixed position layout, may one working area lang na pwedeng paggawa ng mismong project. Example nito ay yung paggawa ng bridge, highway, and house. Yung company na gumagamit ng fixed position layout ay tinatawag na project organization. Process layout. A layout that organizes the transformation process into departments that group related processes. Process layout naman, yung workstations and machinery ay hindi naka-arrange according to their particular production sequence. Instead, magkakasama yung similar operations or machinery sa bawat department. For example, yung paint department. Yung mga nakalagay lang dito ay yung ginagamit mismo sa pagpipaint katulad ng pintura at paintbrush. This type of organizations are called intermittent organizations. Organizations that deal with products of a lesser magnitude than do project organizations. Product layout. A layout requiring that production be broken down into relatively simple tasks assigned to workers who are usually positioned along an assembly line. Product layout, dito naman yung mga equipment and processes sa workstations ay nakadistribute kung saang part lang siya kailangan. It has a station and each station is given a small task to complete a sequence of making products. Example nito yung sa Gardenia Factory. Yung gumagamit ng continuously running assembly lines ay tinatawag na continuous manufacturing organizations. Technology is the sum of any techniques, skills, methods, and processes used in the production of goods or services. Involve yung technology sa planning and designing ng operation system. Dahil sa panahon natin ngayon, halos lahat ng bagay pinapagana na ng technology. Example yung sa computer. We can put here the step-by-step procedures ng operations. Katulad na lamang ng MS Word at PowerPoint. Pwede ding isave dito yung data ng operation kasi kung sa paper lang siya i-input, bukod sa time-consuming, kapag may hindi inaasahang pangyayari like kunwari nasunugan yung isang company, sayang yung documents na nakalagay lang sa paper. And of course, mahihirapan din yung company since naglalaman ng important details yung documents na yun. Computer-assisted design, the design of components, products, and processes on computers instead of on paper. Computer-assisted design is used in 3D printing. Yung software ng computer-assisted design, ginagamit sa pagde-develop ng 3D image. Computer-assisted manufacturing, manufacturing that employs specialized computer system to actually guide and control the transformation processes. Computer-assisted manufacturing monitor the transformation process. It can gather information about the equipment na ginagamit sa pagpaproduce ng products and about the product itself. Flexible manufacturing, the direction of machinery by computers to adapt to different versions of similar operations. For example, with instructions from a computer, one machine can be programmed to carry out its function to several different versions of an engine without shutting down the production line. Computer-integrated manufacturing, a complete system that designs products, manages machines and materials, and controls the operations function. Yung computer-integrated manufacturing ay results kapag na-combine na yung lahat ng technologies such as computer-assisted design, computer-assisted manufacturing, and flexible manufacturing. Ina-adapt ng companies yung computer-integrated manufacturing para ma-boost yung productivity and quality ng product. Also, to reduce costs. Sustainability and manufacturing. Manufacturing and operation systems are moving quickly to establish environmental sustainability and minimize negative impact on the natural environment. Sustainability deals with conducting activities in such a way as to provide for the long-term well-being of the natural environment, including all biological entities. Sustainable manufacturing is the creation of manufactured products through economically processes that minimize negative environmental impacts while conserving energy and natural resources. Ine-enhance dito yung employee, community, and product safety.
So the next topic is all about managing the supply chain. Under this section, we will talk about the purchasing, managing inventory, outsourcing, and scheduling na kung saan sila ang pinaka-task to transform the raw material into finished product or goods. Firstly, ano nga ba ang supply chain? The supply chain integrates firms such as raw material suppliers, manufacturers, retailers, and ultimate consumers into a seamless flow of information and products. Well, supply chain is also called as logistics na kung saan under nito ang warehousing, packaging, and distributing. Next will be the supply chain management. Supply chain management, connecting and integrating all parties or members of the distribution system in order to satisfy customers. So, sila ang mga nagko-connect and integrate sa kanilang organization to produce a product para masatisfy ang mga customers. Sila ang mga nagpaplano kung ano ang gagawin, ano ang kailangan i-produce na dinidemand ng tao, kung saan kukuha ng mga materials na gagamitin at kung ilan ang gagawin. So, next will be the purchasing. Purchasing is the buying of all the materials needed by the organization, also called procurement. The purchasing department aims to obtain items of desired quality in the right quantities at lowest possible cost. And not all companies purchase all the materials needed to create their products. Ito yung pagbibili ng mga kakailanganing mga materials sa gagawing produkto. Pero may mga kumpanya na sila na rin mismo ang gumagawa ng mga gagamitin nila, like sa mga clothing lines. Sila na mismo gumagawa ng mga fabrics nila para gamitin sa paggawa ng mga finished product which are mga damit, pants, or kung ano-ano pa. Next will be inventory. Inventory, all raw materials, components, completed or partially completed products, and pieces of equipment for uses. So we have three kinds of inventory. We have the finished goods finished goods inventory, work in process inventory, and raw materials inventory. Firstly, we have finished goods inventory, which includes those products that are ready for sale, such as fully assembled automobile, ready to ship to a dealer. Dito sa part na to, ready na yung mga products na ibenta kasi the word finished goods. So, bali yun na yung pinakamismong product na ibebenta na. Next is the work in process inventory, consists of those products that are partly completed or are in some stage of the transformation process. While dito naman sa work in process, dito gagawin pa lang yung product or goods, and right after matapos gawin, ibebenta na. Like example sa mga kainan or mostly nangyayari sa mga fast food chains. Di ba dito, mag-order ka pa lang, then lulutuin nila. And right after nila maluto, isi-serve na nila. And that's how work in process inventory. Next is the raw materials inventory. This includes all the materials that have been purchased to be used as inputs for making other products. Dito naman, mga na-purchase na talagang raw materials na gagamitin to produce a final product. Like example sa burger, mga raw materials dito ay mga vegetables, patties, cheese, at kung ano pa. Next, inventory control. The process of determining how many supplies and goods are needed and keeping track of quantities on hand, where each item is and who is responsible for it. Dito malalaman or aalamin kung ilang supplies ang kailanganin at kung ilang product ang gagawin. So, next, economic order quantity or EOQ model. A model that identifies the optimum number of items to order to minimize the cost of managing, ordering, storing, and using them. Ginagamit ito to control yung mga ipo-purchase o orderin na mga materials na kakailanganin nila for producing the product. So, next, just-in-time or JIT inventory management, a technique using smaller quantities of materials that arrive just in time for use in the transformation process and therefore less storage space and other inventory management expense. The phrase just in time explain itself. Sabihin, on time na dumadating. Pagkakailangan na, dun pa lang dadating para makapag-save also ng mga spaces sa bodega or kung saan man gagawin or ilalagay ang mga materials or inventories na kailangan sa paggawa ng product. So, next slide, Material Requirements Planning or MRP. A planning system that schedules the precise quantity of materials needed to make the product. Ang basic component ng MRP ay ang pagmamaster sa production schedule, a bill of materials, and an inventory status file. Sa MRP, kinokolekta yung mga bill ng mga materials para alamin kung ilan pa ang kakailanganin na materials sa gagawing product, and mostly sa computer ginagawa ito para siguro mas mapadali na ma-identify yung mga kakailanganin or yung mga meron at wala. Next will be outsourcing. Outsourcing is the transferring of manufacturing or other tasks such as data processing to countries where labor and supplies are less expensive. Ang outsourcing ay isang agreement na kung saan nag-hire ang isang company ng ibang company para tumulong or most likely maging responsibility nila ang pagpaplano o pagpaplano sa bagong activity or existing activity na. Pwede din silang magpalitan or
kuhanan ng employees sa ibang kumpanya na nakausap nila or connected to them. Ito ay isang kasayanan sa negosyo na kung saan ang ilang mga pagandar at kinakailangan ng negosyo ay sinasagawa ng mga partido sa labas sa isang batayan sa kontrata kaysa sa mga empleyado ng negosyo. Ang pag-outsource ay madalas na napapansin bilang pagtukoy sa kontrata na ginawa sa ibang bansa, pero it's all about din sa lahat ng contract. Dito mostly parang pinapasa sa ibang kumpanya, which is yung another company na kinokontrata nung magtra-transfer ng task and all. Sa kanila to be responsible with the manufacturing para mas mapamura or mapadali ang pagsagawa sa mga activities na binigay sa kanila ng kabilang kumpanya. Mas ginugusto nila ang mag-hire ng another company para siguro mapamura sa expenses. Next will be the here are some example of the top outsourcing providers. In the table 8.2 describes 5 of the top 100 global outsourcing providers that assist mainly information technology. Outsourcing allows companies to free up time and resources to focus on what they do best and to create better opportunities to focus on customer satisfaction. Many executives view outsourcing as an innovative way to boost productivity and remain competitive against low-wage offshore factories. However, outsourcing may create conflict with labor and negative public opinion when it results in U.S. workers being replaced by lower-cost workers in other countries. So we have the ISS, and their service is facility services, Accenture, managing, consulting, technology, and outsourcing. Hewlett-Packard Enterprises, IT, technology, and enterprise products and solutions. CBRE, commercial real estate services. And lastly, Kelly Outsourcing and Consulting Group, talent management solutions. So next will be routing. The sequence of operation through which the product must pass. The word sequence explains itself. So it means na ang routing ay yung process or sequence kung paano gagawin yung product from raw materials into finished product or goods. Next is scheduling. Scheduling is the assignment of required tasks to departments or even specific machines, worker, or teams. Scheduling is the process of arranging, controlling, and optimizing work and workloads in the production process or manufacturing process. Scheduling is used to allocate plant, machinery resources, plan human resources, plan production processes, and purchase materials. Dito mo mamamanage yung time mo sa pagproduce or production ng isang product. We have one popular method in the program evaluation and review technique, which also known as PERT, which identifies all the major activities or events required to complete the product, arranges them in a sequence or path, determines the critical path, and estimates the time required for each event. So, we have a example of PERT diagram. Example, ito. Sa paggawa ng McDonald's Big Mac, firstly, you have to think first what would be the process and sequence ng paglalagay ng mga ingredients or kung ano man, and have a specific time per procedure to manage the time. So, that is scheduling. Sa part naman, dito mo makikita yung process ng paggawa ng McDonald's Big Mac. First, kailangan mo muna ilabas yung mga buns, 2 beef patties, cheese, sauce, lettuce, onions, and pickle. Then after that, i-grill na yung patties and of course, pati yung bun. After that, maglagay na ng sauce sa bun. And then, next na ilagay naman sa bun is yung patties, then ilagay na yung cheese and vegetables. And pwede na siya ilagay into package or ipapack na, then ilalagay sa heated and heated bean, and right after that, pwede na i-serve. So, di ba dito may mga nakalagay na 20, 120, 5s, and 15. So, yun yung mga seconds na dapat lang para sa procedure na gagawin. So, lastly, we have the path that requires the longest time from start to finish is called the critical path. Dito naman dapat na yung dapat na time lang na paggawa ng Big Mac, dapat sakto-sakto lang. Dahil kapag lumagpas ka na sa given time sa scheduling, pwede yun makapag-cause ng problem, which is mas maging mag-antay ng matagal yung customer. So that's all, and thank you. We have the next reporter now.
Managing quality, quality like cost and efficiency, is a critical element of operation management, for defective products can quickly ruin a firm. Quality reflects the degree to which a good or service meets the demand and requirements of customer. Sinasabi dito na ang quality ay isa sa critical element of operation management dahil sa quality ng product na determine ang satisfaction at expectation ng isang customer. Sa good and service naman, mahirap siyang i-measure dahil wala siyang physical attributes. Dito sa table na to, makikita natin ang 2015 scoreboard. It is best to worst. Sa overall rank, first ang Alaska, second ang Virgin America, third, Delta, fourth, Southwest, fifth, JetBlue, sixth, Frontier, 7, United, 8, Spirit, 9, American. Sa on-time arrival naman ng unang Alaska, pumapangalawa ang Delta, pangatlo ang Southwest, pang-apat ang Virgin American, pang-lima ang JetBlue, pang-anim ang United, pang-pito ang American, pang-walo, Frontier, pang-siyam, Spirit. Sa cancel flights naman, first ang Frontier, second ang Virgin American, third Alaska, fourth Southwest, fifth Delta, sixth JetBlue, 7, Spirit, 8, United, 9, America. Sa baggage handling, nangunguna ang Virgin America, pumapangalawa ang JetBlue, pangatlo ang Delta, pang-apat Spirit, pang-lima Frontier, pang-anim United, pang-pito Southwest, pang-walo Alaska, pang-siyam American. Sa bumping passenger, ang first ang JetBlue, second Virgin America, third, Delta, fourth, Spirit, fifth, Alaska, sixth, American, seventh, United, eighth, Southwest, ninth, Frontier. Sa customer complaints, nangunguna ang Alaska, pumapangalawa ang Southwest, pangatlo ang Delta, pang-apat ang JetBlue, pang-lima, Virgin American, pang-anim ang United, pang-pito ang American, pang-walo ang Frontier, at pang-siyam ang Spirit. Flight delays ang main complaint ng mga customer. Since yung service quality mahirap i-measure, yung company or airlines nag-decide na lang na i-consider yung mga important at characteristic na pwedeng i-measure. In this table, makikita natin ang initial automobile quality study. Yung lower score or bar, siya yung nag-i-indicate ng high quality ng sasakyan. Then yung higher bar naman, ang nag-i-indicate ng low quality. Quality control, the processes an organization uses to maintain its established quality standards. Dito, nire-review muna ng firms yung quality ng isang product at kung papatok ito sa masa. It is the crucial part of managing quality. Dahil kapag hindi consistent yung quality ng product na binili ng isang customer, ay maaari silang mawalan ng ganang bumili. Total Quality Management or TQM. Philosophy that uniform commitment to quality in all areas of an organization will promote a culture that meets customers' perceptions of quality. TQM requires constant improvements in all areas of the company as well as the employee empowerment. Total quality management, kailangan niya ng joint effort ng management, staff members, workforce supplies, para ma-meet yung satisfaction ng customers. Hindi pwedeng magsisi ng ibang tao lang nang dahil sa low quality yung nabili ng isang customer. Dahil hindi lang iisang tao ang responsible sa product na binili ng isang customer. A primary tool of the continuous improvement process is benchmarking, the measuring and evaluating of the quality of the organization's goods, services, or processes as compared with the quality produced by the best performing companies in the industry. Benchmarking, it means pagko-compare ng business sa process and performance nila from the other companies. So, a system in which management collects and analyzes information about the production process to pinpoint quality problems in the production system. It is the method of quality control. Sa pagmamonitor at pagkocontrol ng process, tapos nag-employ sila ng statistical method. It helps to ensure that the process operates efficiently at nagpo-produce sila ng maraming products with less waste o pagre-rework. Quality standards can be incorporated into service businesses as well. Services is intangible, but you can buy or purchase it. For example, sa parlor, magbabay ka ng service nila dahil magpapariban ka. Then, after ka mariban ni hairdresser, sasabihin sa'yo na after 3 days mong malalaman yung outcome kapag nabasa na yung hair mo. Then after that, doon natin makikita kung good ba or bad yung quality na sinervice ni hairdresser. ISO 9000, a series of quality assurance standards designed by the International Organization for Standardization or ISO to ensure consistent product quality under many conditions. Ito ay isang set ng standards na nag-a-assist sa isang company in ensuring na mamimit nila yung expectation ng isang customer at ng iba pang stakeholders, while staying within the bounds, the statutory and regulatory requirements for a product or service. ISO 14000, a comprehensive set of environmental standards that encourages a cleaner and safer world by promoting a more uniform approach to environmental management and helping companies attain and measure improvements in their environmental performance. It is a set of environmental management standards designed to assist business reduce their negative environmental impact. Sumusunod sila sa batas at regulations. Bukod doon, sumusunod din sila sa iba pang environmental obligations and continuously improve in all of these areas. ISO 14000 quality management is comparable to ISO 9000 dahil same sila na ang concern ay ang manufacturing process rather than the product itself. Something is likely to be used when inspection tests are destructive. Some inspection methods are highly expensive, involve the use of expensive testing equipment, result in the destruction of the products, at nagtitake siya ng huge amount of time bago or para matapos. In such circumstances, mas best talaga if magte-take ka ng small amount ng output.
Good day everyone, my name is Erica Humlan and I will discuss the integrating, operating, and supply chain management. So balikan lang natin yung mga dapat balikan sa topic na ito. So what is operation management? So it's concerned with what happens inside the company. So mostly sa pag-convert ito ng resources into goods and services. Next, what is supply chain management? It is mainly concerned with what happened outside the company. So, like obtaining materials, delivering or transports of products. And sa supply chain integration naman, it is a process where all the parties involved in the fulfillment of a product are integrated into a single system. So, dito nagkakaugnay-ugnay na si operations and supply chain management para maging maayos yung flow ng activity sa paggawa ng products, pagpapataas ng quality nito hanggang sa pag-transport ng products. Managing operations and supply chain can be complex and challenging due to the number of independent organizations that must perform their responsibilities in creating product quality. So, ang pamamahala ng operasyon at supply chain ay isang komplikadong bagay. Dahil may iba't ibang tao ang gumaganap at responsable sa paggawa ng produkto. Sa pagbuo ng isang produkto, kailangan busisiin at kilatisin ang produkto bago ito ibahagi sa mga mamimili. Managing supply chains requires constant vigilance and the ability to make quick tactical changes. So, sa pamamahala ng paggawa ng produkto, kailangan bantayan ang bawat proseso upang masiguro na ang produkto ay tama at kung may pagbabago man ay tiyak ding malalaman. Example, when allegations arose that the seafood sold in the United States may have come from forced labor on ships around Thailand, companies had to immediately investigate these allegations. The issue has become so serious that the President Obama signed legislation to ban fish imported from Southeast Asia if slave labor was used. So, alam naman po natin kung ano yung forced labor and slave labor. So, dito daw po yung bili ng United States na seafood ay galing raw sa forced labor on ships around Thailand. So, nalaman nito, agad niya itong pina-investigate. At nag-sign siya ng legislation to ban the fish imported from Southeast Asia if totoo ngang nangyari ang slave labor. Kaya dapat kapag may problema, halimbawa sa pag-transport ng products, kagaya nga nun sa United States na nagkaroon na daw ng forced labor, slave labor, dapat ini-inform na agad yung nasa mataas na posisyon. Para ma-resolve siya agad kasi ang magiging resulta nito ay pagbaba ng product quality. Nung nalaman na may slave labor, parang bumaba na agad quality nun kahit na di siya mismo yung product. Kaya ang nangyari para maiwasan yung slave labor, all companies who work with global suppliers should adopt a global supplier code of conduct and ensure that it is effectively communicated. So, yung supplier code of conduct helps to protect a company brand image in the event of an incident at a supplier site. So, ito yung nagpoprotekta o nagsisilbing batas sa pagitan ng supplier at ng isang company upang mapangalagaan ang imahe ng isang kumpanya. Kung may code of conduct sa mga manggagawa at may-ari, kailangan din ito sa mga supplier upang mapanatili ang klase ng isang produkto. Tips or must for a company. Companies should encourage compliance and procurement employees to work together to find ethical suppliers at reasonable cost. So, kailangan daw hingkayatin ang mga manggagawa na makapagtulungan sa kanila upang makahanap ng magandang supplier na pasok sa kanilang budget. Walang bias na pagpili ng supplier. Lahat ay naaayon sa benepisyo ng kumpanya. So, second, supply chain and procurement managers must work together to make operational decisions to ensure the selections of the best supplier from an ethical and cost-effective standpoint. So, kailangan daw na magtulungan ang supply chain. Ito yung tagagawa na supply at procurement managers, ito yung mga tagahanap ng mga magagandang equipment, product at service. Para makahanap ng mga best suppliers na may sinusunod na rules at tinitignan ang epekto ng pagbili nito. A total of $1.3 trillion has been spent on transportations, inventory, and logistics-related activities, and logistics alone accounting for about 9.5% of total revenue of gross domestic product in the United States. Supply chain managers are involved in all aspects of the business process, including the planning, purchasing, manufacturing, shipping, storage, and distribution. Also, their performance helps organizations control expenses, boost sales, and maximize profits. Warehouse managers are in charge of supervising and documenting deliveries and pickups, In some situations, warehouse managers might earn up to $60,000 per year. So, total quality management is becoming an important trait for business to ensure that the quality is present throughout the firm. Quality assurance managers. In both manufacturing and service industries, these managers monitor and advise on how business quality management system is doing. So, as well as provide statistics and reports on the corporate performance. Quality assurance managers earn an average of $72,000 per year. In service businesses, operation management is necessary. Jobs for service operations exist since services account for more than 80% of the U.S. economy. Standardized processes are required in many customer service activities, and technology is usually used to provide an interface that ensures automatic quality performance, client service, among the other things. Define operational management and differentiate between operations and manufacturing. So, operating management is the development and administrations of the activities involved in transforming resources into goods and services. Nasabi ko na kanina. So, operation is a broader term used to describe the process of making both tangible and intangible products. Manufacturing and production use interchangeably to describe the activities and process used in making tangible products. So, pinagkaiba na nito, mas malawak yung termo ng ginagamit sa operations at more on tangible and intangible products. Ito, sa manufacturing is more on tangible products. Elements involved in planning and designing an operation system. Operations planning relates to decisions about what products to make, for whom, and what process and facilities are needed to produce them. Operation management, or OM, is often joined by marketing and research development in these decisions. Common facility layouts include fixed positions, layouts, process layouts, or product layouts. Where to locate operations facilities is a crucial decision that depends on proximity to the market, availability of raw materials, availability of transportations, availability of power, climatic influences, ability of labor, and community characteristics. Technology is also vital to operations, particularly computer-assisted design, computer-assisted manufacturing, flexible manufacturing, robotics, and computer-integrated manufacturing. Specify some techniques managers may use to manage the logistics of transforming inputs into finished product. So first, the organization must first make or purchase all the materials it needs. So, syempre, kailangan mo bumili ng mga materials para sa gagawin mo produkto. And second, it must control its inventory by determining how many supplies and goods it needs and keeping track of every raw materials, component completed or partially completed product, and a piece of equipment, how many of each are on hand and where they are and who has responsibility for them. Common approaches to inventory control, narayan yung economic order quantity model, just-in-time inventory concept, and material requirements planning. Assess the importance of quality in operations management. Quality is a critical element of operation management because low-quality products can hurt people and harm the business. So, halimbawa nito is yung paggawa ng bahay or ng building. Kung dinaya dito yung mga materials, halimbawa, light materials yung ginamit kasi nga mura. So, may chance na yung bahay ay mabilis masira, mabilis gumuho, na pwedeng maging epekto ng pakasakit ito ng tao. So, quality control refers to the processes and organizations used to maintain its established quality standard. So, para ma-implement yung quality control, kailangan gumamit ng right inputs, right materials, kung ano ba talaga ang nararapat sa gagawin na bahay or building. So, to control quality, a company must establish the standard of quality it desires and then determine whether its products meet this standard through inspections. Reducing cycle time. It is an important goal of productions and operations management. So, yung goal nito in cycle time reduction is to reduce or increase customer service. Yung pagre-reduce ng time sa pagpe-perform ng process para ma-improve yung productivity, na-improve din neto yung quality. Kapag malapit sa time yung cycle time, maliit lang yung chance na magkaroon ng error. Yung takt time ay yung required pace ng productions para ma-meet yung demand ng mga customer. Mayroong 5 dimensions of cycle time. So first is yung speed, the delivery of goods and services in the minimum time, efficient communications, the eliminations of waste time. So hanggat maaari kailangan exact time natin na i-deliver yung products o services kay customer. No? Dapat may pagkakaintindihan din about dito. So halimbawa sa mga yung mga food panda, Grab, diba? Yung cost lang din naman kung bakit matagal na i-deliver is yung, syempre yung traffic. If traffic, wala tayong magagawa dyan. And then yung pwesto rin ng bahay kung maraming pasikot-sikot. So, isa din yun. So, second is connectivity. All operations and system in the business appear connected with customer. So, customer should feel that they're connected in the operations, activities, and systems of a business. So, interactive relationship. A continual dialogue exists among operation units, service providers, and customers that permits the exchange of feedback on concern or needs. So, dito, nare-reduce yung time sa pag-process dahil sa feedback na natatanggap ni business kay customer. So, dito nalalaman na kung ano pa ang maaari nilang i-improve o ma-improve sa kanilang product at services. Sa customization naman, each product is tailored to the needs of the customer. So, dito, nare-reduce yung process ng time neto. Kumbaga dahil yung idea na mismo ng customer yung sinusunod mo dito. Hindi na kailangan mag-isip ni company kung ano pa yung gagawin nilang product para ma-satisfy nila yung needs and demand ni customer. Kasi nga, ito ay isang customizations. So, yan. Fifth is responsiveness. The willingness to make adjustment and be flexible to help customer and to improve prompt service when a problem develops. So, dito, the business should be willing to help the customer when they encounter a problem about the product or services. So, dito na papasok yung customer service representatives. Kumbaga dito, nare-reduce yung process time nito dahil si company ay responsive na. Handa sila mag-adjust para maresolbahan at kaagad kung may problema about sa products or services na kanilang pinrovide kay customer. Managing service is the practice of outsourcing the responsibility for maintaining and anticipating need for a range of processes and functions to improve operations and reduce expenses. So, dito, for your business, you need to determine if you are providing raw materials that will be used in further productions, or if you are a reseller of goods and services. And if you are the former, you need to determine what processes you go through in making your product. And if you are a provider of a service or a link in the supply chain, you need to know exactly what your customer expectations are because services are intangible. So it's all the more important to better understand what exactly the customer is looking for in resolving a problem or filling a need. While manufacturing operations where people, processes, and equipment come together to add value to material and produce goods for sale. So, yun lang po. Thank you.